We got a couple of books.
Just one or two.
Maybe 3 or 4.
Possibly.
Oh goodness. Maybe an entire library. Who knows? I'm ignoring that. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Issa and I'm an ambulatory wheelchair user. This is my best friend Em. We go on adventures together. My channel is mostly disability lifestyle stuff, and one of the things I love to do is go to independent bookstores and support independent bookstores. And we did a book crawl in Minnesota earlier.
Last year.
Last year. Oh my god.
March.
Anyway, last year it was so much fun that this time when Em came to visit me in Tampa, we decided to do another book crawl here in Tampa. Independent bookstores are so much fun, and they are tucked away into the most interesting places, which means that not all of them are super accessible to me. So this video is just us going through and having an adventure with our different bookstores and where we went, and then we'll end it with like a book haul of all the things that we got. So we were just at the Book Rescuers,
The giant warehouse of used books.
where they buy from Amazon, Goodwill, any place that's about to throw out books. So they are very, very old books. Overall, typical bookstore accessibility, I feel. The floors are like cement, which was nice.
The aisles were wide enough for you to get through, but only you.
Yes, which is typical. Like, I think that's a typical bookstore experience. Everything was even. The only thing I had problems with, sometimes there would be stuff sticking out on the bottom shelf. I got stuck a little bit at the register. Other than that, everything pretty good. And most of the books are like $2 to $3. So I got 6 books for $16.
I got 4 for like $11, but most of mine were hardback.
And I got a hardback. I got 3 hardbacks. I got the whole series, the Hunger Games series, including Catching Fire.
Because there's the 4th one.
There's the 4th one. I forgot about the 4th. Oh my god. Wait, you mean the
Ballad of Songbirds? Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't count. That's like 6 of Crows. As long as the Hunger Games matches, that's all that matters. Because it has to be the same, even though one of them is burnt. But I do find that funny
because it is Catching Fire.
But we're in St. Pete. We're going to Tombolo next.
And they have like that I think it's Black Crow coffee attached to them,
which we might get some breakfast
snacks
there, and then after that,
bougie hipster coffee.
Yep, and then after that, it is called.
I don't remember the next one on the list.
It's like Book and Sip or something. It's a wine and bookstore. But then we'll be done with St. Pete, and we'll head back into like the main area of Tampa. Keep making fun of me.
Yep.
Shame.
No.
So we just finished at Tombolo. Gorgeous in there. Absolutely.
I spent money.
Beautiful. Spent so much money for so much less stuff. But
it was gorgeous.
I got a bullet journal. I'm halfway through mine. I'm going to need one eventually, soonish anyway. So might as well buy it from an independent bookstore instead of Amazon. Then, yeah. It had the thing that so many bookstores, like, again, it's just the bookstores in general. It was a little narrow. I will say it was just a little bit narrow. And it was crowded.
Yeah, there were a lot of people in there.
I mean, it's good.
It's good.
I want it to be crowded. And it was clean, and the stuff was picked up off the floor. Like, it wasn't a crowded as in like a half-priced, cluttered crowded. It was just, they have
lots of people, lots of books, small space.
And I fear that that's just going to be the consistency.
We'll
find out.
Yeah.
Really
nice staff.
Very kind. We looked at like the coffee shops that are right next to it, and it's just a little bit too
very small.
Too small, but also we're not looking for fancy things.
A leek and parm puff croissant,
which sounds like, if you like that type of thing,
it was
great.
Probably $7.
I want a child's menu.
Where's the child's menu? Their child's menu was probably $70 million.
Yeah, well.
But
but I understand independent coffee shops and everything need to charge what they need to charge.
trade,
I am a graduate student with no money. So if I'm going to be buying books, I can't buy the expensive stuff. Anyway, on to...
I just want a Frappuccino.
Book and Bottle. I wonder if Caribou is nearby.
Do you have Caribou down here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Having fun? Do I need to?
Got it.
I'm out of water.
It's my sister. Hey, Beck, I'm going to die.
Why are you going to die?
Because the GPS just tried to take us.
To an active military base.
They wouldn't have let us in, so it wouldn't
Why
have been a problem in
would
the
it
first
show
place.
up on Waze if it was on an active military base? That is my
Okay,
question.
Waze is also trying to get us through roads that don't exist right now. So, anyway, we did get to do the Book and Bottle because...
There was no parking. Anywhere.
We didn't get to do Caribou because
No
there was
parking. Anywhere.
Anyway.
At all.
So then we're like, okay, let's just put in and see what's along the route. And we're like, there's this...
Panda Express. It says it's only going to add 1 minute to our route. How long have we been trying to get out of here?
It says we've been 15 minutes, now we're 20 minutes away for our next destination. We still haven't eaten. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We're trying to support
I'm hungry.
small businesses.
I'm actually hungry now.
Just got done at Steamy Lit. Cute. Petite. Tiny.
I think I have more books.
Which is not, like, that's not bad. Having a few books.
Yeah.
It is in a very inaccessible space.
Mm-hmm.
The parking...
Yes, they technically have a ramp. But that
Yes,
ramp
which we
was-
discovered. I walked in because
We didn't see the ramp.
we didn't see the ramp, and we're like, oh, great. But, I don't even think the ramp was the problem as much as, like, the gravel on the floor
Yeah,
around
the busted
car.
asphalt.
Yeah, like, it's just, it is not something...
It's not a great location.
No, and I would not feel safe
With the chair.
bringing my chair in that area just because my smart drive is so temperamental already, so... but yeah, definitely a cute place. Not the most accessible, but I don't think it's entirely their fault. I think it's just location that they're stuck at, and we're in the middle of like a downtown kind of area, and so far Minnesota definitely is winning in the accessibility department for like cityscaping and parking and whatnot. You're being ridiculous. Also,
It's a tote bag.
and
It's a
a
backpack.
that fits my wheelchair perfectly, so I can have a tote bag
On the
my back-
wheelchair.
on my
without
wheelchair.
Twisting it till the straps fall off.
Exactly. Not that that's happened before.
But it looks like it's going to sometimes.
No, it has definitely happened before. Just finished at Black English. Very cute. We have also eaten now.
We
We're
ate.
a little.
It took us an hour.
It took us an hour to
But we
find
did it.
something, and it may not have been at a place that we wanted.
But we'll solve that by going there for dinner.
Black English was super cute.
Amazing selection.
Amazing. Oh my god. So many good books.
I got my LeVar Burton tote bag.
Yes. Do you have it?
It's
It's back
back
there.
here.
Anyway, we'll do a haul. There isn't really great parking. It seems. Again,
it's semi-residential. So
yeah, semi-residential. I had to kind of go on the street a little bit. There is a parking lot behind it.
But I don't
But
think we are supposed to.
I
park
don't
there.
think so. I think that's an employee parking. I don't know. It's kind of confusing.
We weren't sure which entrance. We were supposed to
Again,
use.
I'm not very impressed with Tampa's parking situation. There's a lip to get into the building, which is fine for me in my manual wheelchair, but if you're using like a power device or something, that might be something. And then also in the main area, it is a fairly small shop, but like
That's a little snug.
floor to ceiling books, guys.
Yeah.
Amazing selection, lots and lots of options.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a little bit tight. Again, I think that's just the consistent thing.
That's not really the business owners.
No, and it's also like there's
Tampa.
It's Tampa.
And the government.
and the government. Yeah, Black English, super cute. Got their t-shirt. Will be coming back. Will be taking all of my friends. So, very excited.
I gotta go first.
It's the next day. We were so tired. Mojo
We did not.
so fun. Yeah, really cute. I've been there before because I took some of the books that I ended up deciding to go ahead and trying to trade because it's kind of like half price books where you can take in some used books and then they will give you store credit to apply towards used books. So the only thing that I got confused on the first time I was there is that my store credit was for used books, and if it says new on it, it's not from an old store, it is their store thing. So if there's a new sticker, that means that it does not count towards your in-store credit. But they have records and coffee shop inside, and it's really cute. It's really close to USF. Really recommend it. Yeah, super pretty accessible. The only thing I will say, they don't have a lot of accessible parking, so in order to get up on the sidewalk,
we had either end of the parking lot.
End. So we we parked right by the bookshop, and then had to go all the way around to...
Including around someone who parked in front of the ramp at cut curb.
I did my best death glare. Luckily, they didn't block it too much, but we took the ramp that way. I tried to jump the curb. Didn't work.
It was entertaining.
It was it was the end of the day.
We were pretty done.
I was very excited. I wanted to go there, but also
we were one inconvenience away from just going home.
So close. Let's get into what we've got. All right, starting with our first bookstore of the day. It was Book Rescuers in Largo, Florida. We found some interesting things. So I'll go first. I found a couple things. I got these dictionary of art terms. So if I sometimes like to try to do fiction about artists, and one of my professor's critiques was that I wasn't using any art terms. So I did get this in case I ever decided to rewrite that and try to use art terms. And then a superior person's second book of weird and wondrous words for one of my sisters for her birthday, and worst case scenario survival handbook travel. I don't know if this is going to go to the same sister or a different sister because their birthdays are 10 days apart, and technically I've already given them both birthday gifts. Presents for them. And then this one was super exciting. Was my full hardback copies of The Hunger Games. Hardback copies of The Hunger Games. They have been a little burned.
Which is appropriate, given that the worst one
is Catching Fire. A little crispy, but I will be replacing the 2 books that I do have with the hardback copies, and then probably taking the 2 that I got from Mojo back to Mojo, and seeing if I can get store credit, because that's the way it works.
Scrape off the little sticker. I didn't really go in there with any expectations of finding anything specific, which is why you see me with this giant pile in front of me.
This is not as bad as it was in Minnesota, for the record.
In Minnesota,
for either of us. We had specific books that we were looking for.
Oh, I didn't.
Well, I had specific books that I was looking for.
So I got this King Arthur, The Last Enchantment. It reminds me of something my great-grandma would read, but it looked fun. So I found, this was a book I really loved. It's Weed Flower by Cynthia Kadahata, sorry. And I actually lost it in a fire. I lost all my books in a fire, so.
We're
doing great.
Hazards.
So I was really excited to find this. It's actually a library copy, too. It's got the scribbled out bit and the catalog sticker there. And then, because I think it's fun collecting novelizations of comics, movies, cartoons, etc., I found 2 Batman books. So one of them looks like it's super dark and edgy and ridiculous, but whatever. The other one looks campy and fun. So
we went to Tomblo. I only got 3 things. I got 2 books and a bag. I got a new bullet journal because I am a little over halfway done with mine, and trying to support independent bookstores instead of ones. And then this is a book that Em recommended. It is Metamorphosis, climate fiction for a better future.
But this is hopeful.
This is
climate
hopeful.
Fiction. It is not doom and gloom apocalyptic.
See, doom and gloom apocalyptic climate fiction stresses me out, especially living in Florida, especially when I read books about living in
Florida falling into the sea.
Yeah, it stresses me out a little bit. So I'm excited to read something that is not going to freak me out as much. And then they also had a really cute little thing.
Event. Oh, that was actually today. I just finished that.
What? Oh.
They had a horror book club.
So, queer comic book club.
And then...
Oh, yeah. We both got these.
Yeah.
But this is mine.
I think it's a true testament to how long we've been friends that I just came up and started shoving this bag onto the back of your chair and you didn't even question it.
Yeah. Yes. Please make more of these. Please.
Yes.
Everyone.
More tote bag backpacks. And also, don't touch people's wheelchairs.
Yeah. Unless you've known each other for
you have
15
permission.
years now?
15, 16?
I don't know. It's a long time.
Almost 2 decades. We're old.
We have known each other longer than some very important people were supposed to be in our lives. We have. What did you get?
Please hold, I have to shuffle some piles around. I got this at Tampa. So I got the ABA Right to Read Handbook, Fighting Book Bans and White
Context
Matters.
about M is that they have a degree in library science.
Yes.
So this is...
I will fist fight.
This is not just for fun. This is a career.
I mean, this is also for fun.
No, it's career development.
And for fun.
It's
because I am a nerd. And I got Milk, Blood, Heat. It's like a collection of short stories. I'm on a short story kick right now. It looked interesting. It's kind of queer.
Oh, I saw this and I was like, you need this.
And then as she pointed out where it went back on the shelf, I said, no, I know where it goes. Home with me. Very big into horror books, so a lot of my books will either be horror or sci-fi horror or gay or all 3. That's the trifecta, baby. So this one is Gone to the Wolves, about metalheads who one of their friends disappears and then later on they have to uncover the mysteries. And a Jodi Picoult. How the fuck do you say it? I don't.
Jodi Picoult.
Her.
How I say it.
Because we're rocking with Jodi. We're rocking with Jodi because Jodi's rocking with us. Currently.
On January 5th, 2025.
And I got this book called The Little Ones, another short story horror anthology, a book on banned books, world's most controversial books, past and present, American Rapture, and then also Maeve Fly. They're both by C.J. Lead. Maeve Fly is her first book. American Rapture is her second. I read this one just now. Finished it today. Really good. Solid ending. Kind of fun. A little unhinged. So can't wait to read American Rapture. And then The Archive Undying. Child of an AI god has to repair the damaged world. Cover Girls. There's accidentally superpowered cousins having to figure out the world and navigate life. And honestly, the art style just looked really cute. I'm not gonna lie. I do judge a book by its cover. Because, like, if your story tick all the boxes, like, but if it's like a graphic novel and your art looks like terrible, I'm not gonna say the word I was gonna say, I won't read it. If it's supposed to be visually appealing, and if it doesn't appeal to me visually, no. And then finally, Boys Weekend. It's another graphic novel about a newly out trans woman who gets invited to a bachelor's weekend for an old friend. And then there's a cult. So that's fun. And then I got some stickers and whatnot. And a pen.
The next place we bought stuff at was Black English,
Yes.
which I'm very excited about. Starting off, I got the Rest Deck. It was a gift from them by Trisha Hersey. 50 Practices to Resist Grind Culture from the Nap Ministries. If you haven't checked it out, it's really cool. We talked about it in one of my classes. And
then she used it to yell at me about not getting enough rest.
The deck used it.
Hot kettle.
The deck used it. So on the front is like an affirmation. So this one says, divest from capitalism, lay down somewhere. there's that. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, when you feel guilt and shame for resting, view it as evidence of your brainwashing via grind culture. Be grateful for this insight and use it to transform guilt into power. Rest guilt-free, knowing you are following a path to liberation. Rest is your right, and in an ancient practice, rest, deprogram, repeat. So some of them have like things to think about. Some of them have like say this slowly out loud kind of stuff. Especially being in grad school, I think that this is going to be really cool to have in my office, and I'm going to pull a card for the week as a reminder for me and my students and my classmates. So then we both got Not a Monolith by Tasha Naomi Lang.
Yeah.
Very cool. She has been all over my TikTok.
And she's local, right?
Yeah, we found out she's local. Very, very cool, and I love, anyway, it's a book of poetry, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And look at this. Just
I have a little art card.
so pretty. So, very excited to get to read this. Creator of all life, originator of the most iconic trends, embodiment of femininity, eternal, maternal, mother of all lands, you envy her divinity. Just absolutely super cool. Then I got Abolition Feminism Now, which I've been meaning to read.
I very definitely misread that title.
What did you...
I thought it said Abolish Feminism Now. I was confused, but supportive.
I don't think Angela Davis, whatever. Anyway, and then I got a Black Women Writers at Work, which is just filled of interviews with different Black women writers, including Maya Angelou, Audre Lorde.
I tried to ask her if she was hungry and wanted a snack, and she yelled at me because Maya Angelou was talking.
Yeah, I did. I'm so excited. I have been really getting into Audre Lorde stuff recently, and so when I saw this, like, I love a lot of those writers, and I need to be introduced to more of them, but I'm so excited to read that. So that is my Black English. Oh, and we got these shirts.
Oh, yes.
They're
They're
cool.
very soft.
Black-owned store celebrating Black authors and books. No.
I got a lot. A couple of them are replacements of books that, like, I hadn't read, but then Fire. And
Yeah.
So I got Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's We Should All Be Feminists. She has a longer book, like a more actual fleshed out proper book of this. This is just kind of a transcript of a TED Talk that she gave, and I read it today, and it was gorgeous, wonderful, amazing. The Black Poets, an anthology. I had read some of this, and then Fire. So I was really excited to replace that one. This one is called Real. It's about an actress on Broadway, and like, oh, it's her night to shine. She was the understudy, but then she gets to go on, and then suddenly, bam, now she's in Hollywood, and everything's going wild and crazy, and that just sounded really fun. No murder in this one, I don't think.
I thought it was about to be a horror book.
Not all of them are. Just most of the ones I got from Tombow. And then Brown Girl in the Ring. This one was kind of like a sci-fi one. Oh, I got stickers.
Did you forget about
I forgot stickers? I got stickers. Liberate Books, and then a Black English business. Sing, Unburied Sing by Jessamine Ward. It's like I'm buying books that I know I really wanted to read, and then also buying more books that I know I will be into instead of just going, ooh, this sounds neat, and chucking it in the cart. All of these did fit that bill. I just want to say, if I had been impulsive and gotten every book that caught my eye, this stack would have been so much bigger.
It would have.
Banned Book Club. It takes place in Korea in 1983. Student protests, and the government crackdowns. And it's an actual true life story. Obviously, some events have been blended together, but it's a little graphic novel. I just read this today. Loved it. Amazing. College girl, she like joins the book club thinking, oh, we're going to talk about our favorite books. And so she pulls out hers, and then everyone's bringing about like, here's this book that's been banned. Here's this book that's been banned. Here's this book about the fall of dictators. Here's this book about, revolting against oppressive powers. And she's just like, I'm sorry, what? Black Buck. I don't know if any of you have seen that movie Sorry to Bother You, but the concept sounds very familiar. Like this guy kind of, this young black man joining the company. He's the only black person there. Kind of rebrands himself, and then like home tragedy, and he decides to take action and fix things. And then like Issa got, I got Not a Monolith, and then I got the graphic novel of Jason Reynolds' Long Way Down. I actually read the book for one of my classes. It was, talking about like, hot button issues, gun violence, parental death, suicide, like, oh, how do I talk to my kid? Why are you giving this book to my child? Situation. So it was the initial book. I desperately want to say was kind of presented in a poetry format. I could be wrong. I read a lot of books. And the graphic novel format really, I feel, enhances the original story. And then I got the graphic novel of
Octavia Butler.
Octavia Butler's Kindred, and I'm very excited because I had this one for the fire, and I literally just started reading it, and then
yeah, it looks really cool.
It's gorgeous. Art's gorgeous, and the story is really good. So I'm very not this one. That's Fledgling. That's the baby vampire one. So yeah, that's what I got at Black English.
Then we went to a bookstore. We didn't record anything.
I did get one book there, but that was like pure happenstance.
Yeah. It wasn't really a bookstore. It was more of like an antique shop. It wasn't accessible. It was very scary, actually, kind of accessibility, because it's technically accessible. And I did have to have Em hold my wheelchair, so when I went flying down the ramp,
we didn't kill anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought it would have been funny.
Anyway, then last spot we went to was Mojo. And I spent way too much money on this.
That's a limited edition one, though.
It's very pretty and very cool.
The vinyl's like this gorgeous bone
Look
white.
At this man.
Andrew.
He is such a disaster, and I am one for buying it. Anyway, and then I got a poster for my office, which I'm very excited about. And then the names are good.
Earrings.
Yay! So that is what I got.
I got 2 books there. I got Terry
Look
Pratchett's.
Look at the self-control. I'm proud of you.
I got Terry Pratchett. That's because I was tired. If I had been less tired, I know.
Probably would have picked out your stuff and then sat down.
I probably would have come out with more if I had been less tired. First, initially, I just got Lauren Groff's Arcadia, and then a notebook.
And also
budgeting and also it's got moths on it, and I have a new moth. And then we were sitting and drinking their little hibiscus tea lemonade thing, and then I saw this because I was looking for it, but it wasn't on the shelf with all the other Terry Pratchett stuff. The Hogfather. I haven't actually read any of his stuff before, but I see everyone talk so highly of it that I'm like, you know what? Let's do it.
Those are our books from the
from our bookstore crawl.
Yeah,
because
so
we're nerds who don't like the taste of alcohol, so we don't do pub crawls.
We tried to do mocktails, and it's been a disaster.
It went okay.
We're non-alcoholic.
0 proof, baby.
Can be put on medication at any time. You no longer can have alcohol, and alcohol is expensive to not be able to drink it. Did it actually, though? Anyway, I do want to take a second to talk about one of my favorite programs to track my reading and my experience. I am trying to get Em to do more tracking. They're not very good at it. You read so much. You literally read 3 books
I will write them down in a minute.
You're going to run out of pages.
I have another one.
But Storygraph shows you... I want to take this opportunity to convince you guys both. Storygraph shows you all of your stats. So my top thing for last year was fantasy. Shocker. And then I think YA was second and LGBTQ plus reads was third, but it will break everything down. It will break everything down into like moods and what type of moods you had at different times of the year. Apparently it got real dark towards the end, which I can affirm the moods did get rough. Anyway,
See, if I use Storygraph, it'll probably put me on a watch list.
No, it will not.
Yes, it
Just
will.
please use Storygraph, because Storygraph is an amazing substitute for something like Goodreads, which is owned by Jeff Bezos, Amazon, our greatest enemy. Enemy number 2, second, well, number 3. I'll let you
top five.
Top 5. Enemy top 5. I have a list. Anyway, it's fantastic, and I really love their programming, and they're not using AI to make fun of you for liking disability reads or to be racist or homophobic or any of the wonderful things that an unnamed other thing apparently has done recently. So
you don't want your pink Pilates strut pop summer princess end of the year vibes?
No, I would rather much, I'd prefer here's all of your stats of how you read this year and how many pages and how many books and what are your top reads and all of those things.
With the caption at the bottom, Jesus Christ, do you ever go outside, you nerd?
No, because literally I went on break and I read 10 books. I'm a grad student in my PhD program and I still read 63 books last year. So this comes highly recommended. Thank you so much for watching today's video. This is one of my favorite hobbies to do besides my research that I'm doing, which I focus on disability, culture, and identity. And so much of culture and identity and understanding that comes from having very intersectional perspectives. So reading diversely, supporting independent businesses, all of that is a big part of what I aim to do and what I'm going to encourage other people to do, and it's a great way to get connected. And the more presence that we have as disabled people in these spaces that may not be quite accessible for us now, the more pressure we put on these businesses to become more accessible in the future. And I think, I understand if you can't, but I think it's really important that we put a foot forward as people with disabilities when you can, to say, I'm here, I want to be here, just make a space for me, and we'll continue to support you guys. So
my turn for my propaganda.
Oh my god. Okay, what do you have?
Read. Doesn't matter how, doesn't matter where. Library, you don't have to buy the books. Free. We want you there. We want you in the libraries. The more of you that show up, shush, I am proselytizing here. The more of you that show up, the more funding we get to bring you more of the things that you want. You can't get to the library? It's Libby. You can sign up for that. It is
Queer
free.
Liberation Library is free. You don't have to sign up.
That's on Libby
too. You don't have
too.
to go anywhere. You don't have to go
You
anywhere.
don't even have to go anywhere to get a card for the Queer Liberation Library. That is a good point. Like, I'm pretty sure some libraries too, if you call, they will help you get a library card and not even have to go there. I never did that, but that was not my job. The point is, libraries, we want you there. We want you to show up. We want you to read the books that they don't want you to, because that's where all the good stuff is. Okay.
Anyway, if you want to see more chaos, follow, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.